All I want in life is a normal weekend of Premier League football. Yet again, there is more controversy. City win late. Did they rob Wolves? The angle I've seen on the goal, it looks like Bernardo Silva is impeding, and we're going to bring up the Premier League notes. We're going to talk about the game. Manchester City win late. That is what champions do. Champions win late. We've seen it a number of times this season from Liverpool, from Arsenal, and Manchester City have done that. We've got an absolute mouth-watering game coming up after this as well, which we are going to do in a match reaction for. Make sure you go down, drop a like if you haven't already. And make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button. Now, I'm going to be honest. I thought Manchester City, the thing that doesn't help is whenever there is some sort of a controversial decision, it seems to go in favour of Manchester City. You know, what I will say is it's an unbelievable header from John Stones. Now, in the angle I saw, wow, it's windy outside. The angle I saw, it looks like Bernardo Silva is backing up against the goalkeeper and he's impeding him. When the header leaves John Stones' head, there is a clear sight at goal. Now, what the Premier League have done wrong, in my opinion, is the linesman has flagged for offside. VAR have got involved and awarded it. They've said to the referee, go over to the camera, to the monitor, look at the cameras, and give the goal. Now, what I want to know is, from a Premier League fan, Tottenham fan, loves watching the Big Six games, enjoys football, played Sunday League earlier, got studded on my hand, smashed to bits. When is the referee allowed to go over to the monitor? When is VAR allowed to intervene? And there has to be some consistency. We saw yesterday Saliba get red carded. I watched Dan Ashton, the ex-West Ham player, give his verdict on Sky Sports. And he said a similar thing to what I thought. Where is the consistency? Where is the consistency? Because there's... I'm going to bring up a screenshot in a minute of Bernardo Silva on Jose Sarr. Right, I'm gonna bring it up, and I want you guys to let me know your thoughts. We'll start with the City lineup. Pretty standard. I was very confused with Guardiola this game. Some of the substitutions didn't really make sense. I thought Foden should have been Foden and Grealish obviously on the bench. I thought I don't really know what he was kind of thinking. Obviously, I'm no Pep Guardiola, but Grealish didn't do enough for me off the bench. You know, he brought him on, around the 75th minute. Foden come on around the 66th minute. I thought maybe he'd bring them on earlier. This was the lineup. Ederson, Vardial. I bigged up that Man City signing when he first joined. Vardial is superb. Diaz, Stones, Lewis. You know, a bit of poor defending for the Wolves goal from Lewis. Kovacic, Doku, Silva, Gundogan, Savinho, and Erling Haaland. You know, the team is ridiculous. The bench, Grealish, Nunez, Foden, Ake, Ortega, Akanji, Carson, O'Reilly, and McTetti. And obviously, Wolves go up 1-0 early doors. What was it? 10th minute? 8th minute? Something like that. And I thought, in the past, we've seen Man City struggle home and away against Wolves. You think back to their Adama Traore days. They ended up, I think they beat him home and away in one season. You know, Wolves go up early doors. You know, a bit of a surprise. I think it was Larson, was it? Put the host in front. They worked the ball out nicely to the right-hand side. I can't remember who put the ball in. Someone put the ball in. It was a good ball. And Larson at the back post keeps his composure. And I think it was a left-footed... Is it left foot? Yeah, left-footed goal. Make it 1-0. And, you know, City respond, I think, the minute afterwards. Jose Sarr is a very good goalkeeper, by the way. I'm a big fan of his. And what Wolves did really well in this game is they reduced Manchester City from shooting from distance. They kind of did exactly what Arsenal did in that game, where, you know, when you're forced to Ruben Diaz taking cracks from just at the edge of the box, you're doing something right. Vardial's goal, absolute. That guy, I'm telling you guys, he is a flipping top player. He decides to go from goal. He doesn't have a huge amount of options out wide in front of him. He just goes, why not? Bang. You know, bins. You know, very, very, very good goal. Half time, you know, just before the end of the half, Jose Sá is busy, really, really busy. And then in the second half, Manchester City, they looked a bit out of our ideas. Foden comes on for Doku. And Doku was stretching them. Jack Grealish on for Savinho. So you're bringing on 2 10s for 2 out-and-out wide players. And I didn't really understand. You know, Núñez comes on for Kovacic. That's kind of more of a like-for-like change. And then John Stones, again, with another injury time goal. That's the second one. Ball comes in from Foden. Now, let me bring up this screenshot. Let me see if I can bring it up. Because I want to talk about this screenshot. Let me see if I can. Just bear me one moment, guys. Right. Look at this screenshot for one moment, right? Bernardo Silva is impeding the goalkeeper when the ball goes in, right? I can't even see. You can see the ball in that picture. The ball's in the air, right? Is that not a foul on the goalkeeper? We've seen in recent Premier League games this season where goalkeepers have been clattered. Foul. Goalkeepers have been like the tiniest little bit on. Like, wasn't there a rule this season where Ben White did the same thing to Vicario, where he was trying to grab hold of his glove? If that's the case, then why is that not ruled out? But then when the ball actually gets to Stones and he has a clear sight at goal from the header, at that point, Bernardo Silva is no longer in the way, and it's a great header from John Stones. Now, the argument is, if Bernardo Silva doesn't pull or impede him a little bit, is Jose Sá in a better position to save the shot? Now, Wolves have had more VAR decisions go against them than any Premier League side, to my knowledge, right? And I want to bring up the Premier League notes because I can't remember who shared it. Premier League. Someone shared it earlier. And it was actually spoke about the goal. It broke it down in detail. I think it's Premier League Matchday Centre. Let me just quickly get that. Premier League Match Centre. Here we go. Right. We're actually going to bring up what VAR have said. Right. Stone's goal was disallowed on field due to Bernardo Silva being offside in an offside position, right? It then says, and the goalkeeper's line of vision, right? Have they actually showed the picture as well? They have. Right. As you can see there, when John Stones heads the ball, Bernardo Silva is no longer in the way. However, at the point of when the ball goes into the box, Bernardo Silva, in my opinion, is impeding Jose Sá, right? It then says, VAR deemed Bernardo Silva wasn't in the line of vision and had no impact on the goalkeeper and recommended an on-field view. The referee overturned his original decision and the goal was awarded. Right. So, again, the second day in a row, the linesman, the referee, and the fourth official have all agreed on something and VAR have overturned it. Now, whether it's the right decision or wrong decision, I think this one, I don't think Stones obviously is not in an offside position. But that image I showed you guys earlier, 100% when the ball goes into the box, right? When the ball goes into the box, right? He's impeding the goalkeeper. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of the laws and the regulations when it comes to how much you can impede the goalkeeper. But Wolves today will feel hard done by. Take nothing away from Manchester City. Take absolutely nothing away. That is what champions and winners do. You keep going until the very, very end. And that's twice this season where John Stones has got a dagger header in injury time, and it puts Manchester City top of the Premier League, 2 points above Liverpool, 3 points above Arsenal, 3 points above Aston Villa. That is what winners do. But once again, it's another controversial decision. And in my opinion, I have seen goalkeepers impeded for less in previous games, and it's been disallowed. It's been disallowed. So, is it a Manchester City agenda? Because if that's Vicario, like Ben White trying to take his gloves off or blocking him, last year, Vicario blocked twice in corners we conceded against Arsenal. Nothing, like, wasn't disallowed whatsoever. Yet, what it seems to be, and I'm not saying it's a Manchester City agenda, I'm not saying the refs are paying City, I'm not saying that at all, but it just seems to be, if it's coincidence that decisions go for Manchester City. Like last year, was it Everton away? Rodri, most blatant handball. Jack Grealish handball against Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final. Now, I appreciate Manchester City have got a winning mentality. I appreciate they are absolute one of the best teams in the world for a reason. They won the treble for a reason, and they're top of the league right now for a reason. You know, they scored 19. They've only actually scored one more goal than us. You know, we're on 18 and conceded 9. You know, but they win for a reason. Never say die attitude. Keep going until the very, 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 very end. But it's more controversial. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. We are closing on 30k subscribers. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. I am